What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there scrolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building, and make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. All right, listen, man. Coon of the year, Coon of the goddamn year, Coon of the year. Listen, man, you can't make this shit up. You can't. Matter of fact, y'all already know what time it is. Coon alert, people. Coon alert. Goddamn Coon alert. Listen, you can't make this shit up. Listen, let me just say this. I just want to be very, very clear about this. Listen, people, when I tell y'all that this ain't just when you got self-hating black people out here, right? You like the older motherfuckers like to say, hey, you know, the young niggas, they out here wilding, they making the community look bad with a lot of the behavior they're doing, the sexy reds and all them. You hear all the chit chat. And I totally wouldn't disagree with some of it, right? But this whole notion, we in 2024, and we as the elders or people that's older, right? We like to sit there and shit on the young folks and act like, oh, they making it out here hard for us. Nah. We not gonna do that in 2024. Listen, some of you old niggas are just as much as fucked up as some of the youth are. And believe it or not, since we are the oldest, we the elders. Listen, where you think they get the behavior from? You just act like it ain't. We don't have no responsibility in this. Listen, people, I try to conduct myself and move and have principles and morals and stand on certain shit and stand on business when it comes to our people and how we conduct ourselves and how we move around and how we don't allow certain shit. I take pride into that. You know why? Because I know it's young kids that look up to me. I got a daughter, I got little cousins, nieces and nephews, little god kids and shit like that. And they look up to motherfuckers that's older. I always tell y'all, we are our kids and our young folks' first role models. Okay? Listen, Tim Bradley, you can't go out here and say this shit. You can't do this, bro. You are one of part of the problems when it comes to our community. You are a part of the problem, bro. And for you not to recognize that, and like, are you thinking about what you're saying, or you're just out here trying to get clicks and giggles, nigga? I don't know what the fuck going on with you, but this is you are so out of pocket, nigga. Now I can put you with the Candace Owens of the world. You motherfuckers really don't care about being black. Like, seriously. You're a bunch of pussy motherfuckers. And it's just when I call these motherfucking type of black people coons, what I mean by that is that they're cowards. It ain't no way impossible. You know young people are listening. You know other people are listening. And racist white people hearing this shit. You don't think this has no type of effect of what's coming out your mouth. But anyway, shout out to let me shout out a couple people real quick. Shout out to Leonard in the building. What up, Leonard? Say, Kenny, go hard on him. Go hard, Kenny. Shout out to Game in the building. What up, gang? He says coon season. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, believe it or not, it been coon season. It been coon season for a minute now. Like for a couple of years now. You seen some of our black folks that was we highly had respect for, or we didn't really know them really like we thought we did, and we come to find out these niggas is shucking and jiving, like really. And then they trying to blame other black people that we actually don't see that's cooning, like they're the problem. Like, nah, nigga, you the problem. But anyway, shout out to my brother Game in the building. Shout out to my brother LT in the building. What up, LT? Shout out to little bro. Listen, man. Let's just go ahead and get into it, people. I listen. I had to clean my ears, people. I had to get me some Q-tips and clean my ears so I fully understood what the fuck Tim Bradley was saying. And I could not believe what this nigga said. But let's get into it.
It's been really difficult.
Oh shit, hold on, people. Give me a second. I thought I didn't connected my shit. Oh, you know what? Damn it. Damn, hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. I keep forgetting that. I keep fucking forgetting that. I got so much shit hooked up to my my system. I had to switch shit over. But anyway, let's get into it, people. All right, here we go.
My situation has been really difficult at my household.
Now, but before Tim Bradley even say what he get ready to say, mind you, this was around the George Floyd situation in 2020, and he got, I guess he was did an interview on ESPN or something like that, and he spoke on his interaction with police, right, with his kids in the car, right. Mind you, Timothy Bradley is married to a white woman. I don't have no problem with that. Listen, love who you want to love. It is what it is. His children are biracial, beautiful children. I'm not going to blame the children for the behaviors of their parents. Just like I try not to blame the parents that was good parents and their kids turned out to be pieces of shit. Not going to do it. But kids learn this type of behavior from somewhere. But let's just move on.
With my children, with my wife, we're getting halfway to school. Next thing you know, I hear whoop, whoop. I look in my rearview mirror, and what do I see? Not one, not two, but 4 officers behind me. I turned around, and I looked at my son. My heart was pumping.
Now, mind you, this nigga sound like he about to cry, ain't he? He about to cry. Because the experience of these police officers pulled him over, fucked him up emotionally. Tim Bradley, you've been black a long goddamn time. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. We know you ain't been at the cookout in a minute, nigga. We get that. But welcome to the party. But anyway, it's all sucker shit. It's all sucker shit that he done to try to act like he can relate to us common black folks. Nah, nigga, you been cooning a long motherfucking time, bruh. And since you got with that white woman, you ain't been right. And no disrespect to good white women. I'm just saying, some of these coon ass niggas that got white women, I look at y'all a certain type of way. Sorry to tell you. Because it ain't no... If I see a black woman allow her man to be out here buck dancing, shucking and jiving, that bitch a coon. 2, she a coon is right along with this nigga. So white women that's married to these coon ass black men, you get the same treatment too. I ain't discriminating. Y'all get this work. But let's move on.
Was pumping 100 miles an hour. And I told my son, look at me. Do exactly what I tell you to do right now. Don't say anything at all. Keep your hands up high. Okay? He said, okay, Dad.
First of all, I ain't telling my kid to do none of that shit. Listen, first of all, we all know a lot of these sucker ass police ain't shit. Listen, let me just say this. If I got my kid in the car and you got the balls and the galls to come up to my car and the way some of these police officers act, you got the balls to do that. I got the balls to fight back against that. So I ain't telling my kid to do nothing. All I probably tell my kid, don't say nothing. I got this. I don't need you to say nothing. Be quiet. I got this. Yes, can I help you? But I ain't telling my kid no shit like that. First of all, that shit sound made up. Like, who the fuck get pulled over by the police and tell their kids, don't say nothing, just keep your hands up where they can see them? Who the fuck? Anyway, let's move on. This that coonery shit. Let's move on. That's how I know this nigga full of shit. Let's move on.
Well, anyways, I didn't get apprehended once they figured out who I was. And as we continued to drive, my son asked me.
First of all, Tim Bradley, I'm not saying they probably ain't felt out who you were and all that shit. You ain't that big of a deal like that. But anyway, let's move on. The other thing is, nigga, you ain't get apprehended for what? What do you do? He don't go into details or nothing. He just saying, oh, this happened. They found out who I was and I ain't get apprehended. What do you do? Did you do anything to get apprehended? Or nothing? Did the police say something wrong or what? Nothing like that. Nigga just make it. This shit sound made up. But anyway, let's move on. Coon of the goddamn year. This nigga is out here buck dancing. My bad, people. I thought I hit the plus button. Oh, fuck.
Dad, why did they pull us over? And I said, son, they pulled us over because of the color of our skin and the type of car that we're driving. I said, that's the truth.
First of all, nigga, please, nigga. Please, nigga. Please. What universe this nigga? Listen, nigga, I was born at night, but not last night. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't say that to your kids, nigga. You ain't even going into details of how you got pulled over with the cops. Did they say to you, hey, they pulled you over for the color of your skin and your car? No, you ain't saying nothing like that. You ain't saying the reason that you felt that way. What the cops say? What they say? This nigga, this shit sound, you know what this sound like? This sound like he got this story from somebody else. Because at this point, Timothy Bradley, we don't believe you. You need more people. But mind y'all, listen, I hope y'all hearing everything he's saying. Wait till later on in this clip of what he says later, and then you'll feel the way I feel about what this nigga is saying is trash. Straight up garbage, straight up lying. It ain't believable. He just made this story up to feel like he relates. Listen, people, that's like me coming out here saying, hey, y'all, listen, man, I get pulled over by the cops all the time. This type of shit happened to me, so I can understand where y'all come from. No, nigga, no. You know why? Because I don't drive. I drive for a living. That's it. I drive my ass to work, and that's it. Because I already know how I'm going to be if the police fuck with me. I already know. Y'all going to see me on the news most likely if the shit go left. I'm just telling y'all that now. Two things going to happen. They beat the damn dog shit out of me, lock my ass up, or they killed me. Because that's how that goes. So I ain't sitting out here making up stories and shit. Oh, I got pulled over by the police with my kid, and and I had to tell my kid they won't pull us over because the color of our skin. No. First of all, this story don't even sound right, nigga. That ain't how real black people talk. We get pulled over by the police, nigga. The experience is very different from what this nigga is saying. We not explaining none of that shit to our kids. Like, we probably in that bitch punk ass cops. Bitch ass cops. But like I said, maybe it's very possible that this happened because he's with a white woman. He's lives in the suburbs, and he's so affected by getting pulled over and racially profiled. Okay, cool, nigga. I told you, people that feel a certain type of way about the police, on real talk, it is much different than some motherfucker black people that live in the suburbs. It is different. I'm telling y'all. When you get pulled over by the police in the suburbs, maybe that's how you talk about that situation. But if you from where I come from amongst us black people that we amongst each other, and we ain't around these white people like that, we ain't living in their so-called neighborhoods, listen, the experience is different. We're not speaking to our kids about the police like that. We most likely, no logic, we most likely probably telling our kids, fuck the police. Police ain't shit. All them bitches bad. That's how motherfuckers that actually had experience with cops that come from where we come from. Not this shit, oh, they racially profile me and no. See, where I come from, it doesn't matter if the cop is white or black or Hispanic. They ain't shit. All of them ain't shit. You may run into something that's cool on that certain incident. Maybe. But it's a big ass maybe. But a lot of times your interaction with police, regardless of what color skin they all on some bullshit. They most likely all on bullshit. They got quotas and shit they trying to get. They got biases, of course. So you already know what type of time they on. This shit that Timothy Bright talking about, he talking about some shit about him living in the suburbs. It is different. Listen, people. I got pulled over in the suburbs one time by a cop. And believe you or not, I probably was in the wrong of what I did, but I didn't have no bad interaction with the police. It was all white cops too. One thing about me, listen, I'm always polite. Like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I ain't coming off with this attitude. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going home. Or did you know this? No, I ain't know that. See, I don't get into asking questions and trying to be combative with the police because I already know what time they on. They already want you to act a fucking fool. They get a kick out of pulling people over because they don't do shit all day. Okay? So, no, sir. I don't know that. He go back. Where you going? I'm going home. Where you come from? Come picking my cousin up. Ain't got to go into details, too many details. Just letting you know, blah, blah, blah. That's it. He go back. He see that I got a clean record. I had my wife and my wife cousin in the car, and I had my cousin. We had just went to go pick him up. Right? Go back to the car, go back to his car, go through, did all the shit through the ID, whatever. Came back, say, I'm just going to give you a warning. Don't do this, don't do that. Watch this or what. I forgot exactly what it was. I don't know if it was speeding or it most likely been that. But whatever. He let me go. I went the fuck home. I wasn't combative. I wasn't trying to have this long conversation with the police. Listen, I actually played dumb. I actually played like I ain't know the law. Because he asked me, did you know blah, blah. No, I ain't know that. Okay, well, you did. Okay. My bad. I ain't sitting there arguing with no fucking police because I already know what type of time they on. Now, if they start doing extra shit, then that's when I turn up. But other than that, I don't do that. I got pulled over by the police in the last 20-something years, probably twice. Maybe 3. interactions with police. I don't have interactions with police because no one, I ain't out here trying to break laws. I first of all already know what type of time it is going on with the police, so I don't have this type of interaction. And I stay amongst my own. I live in a good, basic kind of like borderline good neighborhood, but shit can start popping. Like I'm in between. So I understand my surroundings. So I know how to move. I know when I get into a certain part of an area, like where I work at, that's a whole nother different part from where I live. I know when I go in the city like that, it's different. You got to move different. So like I have a balance. So I know how to act. When it depends on the situation of where I'm at and how I move, you know, my surroundings. So a lot of people don't have that. People have this one thing, I'm gonna act like this all the time. You can't do that. Or it's like you asking for trouble. But like I said, I don't have interactions with police. My interactions with the last time I had interactions, it was the second time I had interaction with the police in 20-something years, in 3 years. Yeah, the shit went a certain type of way or whatever. But that was the only last bad experience I had with the police in 20-something years. But the other two, no. No, I'm sorry. No. My first two, yeah, they was kind of bad. I talked about them stories before. But the last one after that I had, no, actually that was in the middle of that. That one in the middle that I had the interaction with the cops was, no, it was after. It was, yeah, after that, it wasn't bad, believe it or not. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I just don't, listen to me. Excuse me. I don't interact with police like that. I don't like police. So it ain't no reason for me to be trying to act nice and or be mad. My whole interaction with that is I just don't give a fuck about police. It just is what it is. And people just need to just stand on business with that. I don't want interactions with police. I don't want it. I don't want them interacting with me, so I don't try to break the law or no shit like that. Or I try not to put myself in situations where I have this type of interaction with police. It's just real shit. You gotta know how to move. Like, I don't be going places that I don't need to go. I don't. Just because I want to. If I want to go somewhere, I'll go somewhere. But I don't, if I don't have to go nowhere, I just don't go. And like I said, I don't move like I'm out doing some stupid shit. Right? A lot of people be moving like they be on some shit. And in certain circumstances, things do happen. Like, you could be not on that type of shit and just doing regular shit and the police fuck with you. I get that. But a lot of times you got to know how to handle that shit. If you don't know how to handle it, if your first situation is to see, you got to know how to be firm, not scared or not over aggressive, right? You got to stand firm. If you don't know how to stand firm when those type of situations happen with a lot of these cops that be on that dumb shit, then shit go left a lot of the times. Believe it or not. I don't argue with police. Listen, I don't argue. Listen, it's like arguing with a woman. You don't argue with a woman. You're not going to win that argument. You're not. You can say all that bullshit you want. You might make sense. It doesn't matter to that. You're not winning. Like, I don't argue with my wife. I probably, here now, you start off trying to go back and forth. Well, then after a while, I'll be like, all right, boo, whatever. All right, whatever. Like, it just gotta be, I'm not arguing with you. And I know she wrong, but nigga, I ain't arguing with her. I'm not gonna win that. That's how I am with the police. I'm not arguing with you. Fuck. What we gonna do from here? You can give me a ticket or not. I'm not arguing with you. What are you gonna do? Either way, I got bail money, nigga. I don't give a fuck. That's how I move. I don't got time for police. Police is like, they're irrelevant to me. Like, yo, y'all don't do y'all job, man. Y'all go out and create problems. Y'all don't show up when problems happen. Like, when the situation is going down, they come after it. They don't never show up when the gun's popping over, motherfuckers committing crimes. They coming after it. So, like, please, you don't do shit all day. You got the easiest job in the world to me. Let's move on.
That's the truth, son. And I said, let me tell you something that my dad told me 30 years ago. He told me that because the color of your skin, son, because the color of your skin, you already have a strike already on you. And I told my son that at 4 years old. And I said, you might not get it now, but you will get it later. And my father shared that with me 30 years ago.
First of all, he said his son was 4 years old. Listen, people, kids barely... Look, come on, man. This nigga lying, man. This nigga lying, man. Your 4-year-old... So you having this conversation with your 4-year-old son. And I know, listen, a lot of these kids these days are very smart. A little bit more advanced than when we was young. But come on now. That shit don't even make no sense. 4 years old? Okay, nigga. Anyway, let's move on, man. Single line.
Years ago. And I just shared that with my son about a year ago.
Whichever monkey wants to get the banana. And that was a good one. Whichever monkey wants the banana.
Coming up real strong.
All right, look. You're a monkey to me right now. And it is what it is. It's a fight game.
First of all,
So-
see, and listen, and let me say this. This is why people like Teofimo Lopez think it's comfortable to go out and just be blatantly, like, on some racist shit. He was sitting down with a podcast guys. One of them was black. He looked directly at the goofy ass black dude and told him they just like they monkeys to me right now. And he said nothing about it. Let me say this to a lot of black folks. If a racist motherfucker called one black person a racial slur, he's talking about all of y'all. He's talking about all of us. He can sit there and say, no, I'm just talking about those two. No, when you talking about me, I look like them. Fuck. And I'm going to defend them. So that means you think that I'm what you just called them. So yes, you talking about me. So this whole notion that Teofimo Lopez jumped out the gate talking about, I ain't talking about all black people. Motherfucker, that's what racists say. They try to pretend that they're not racist. You call certain other black people monkeys and niggas and shit like that, and you think that shit ain't gonna offend the rest of us? Because we have been called monkeys before. So we know what that sounds like, how that makes us feel. But anyway. Hey, OG, man, go take a pill and go to sleep. How about that? And you know what I mean by that. Go get high, nigga. Shut your dumb ass up. Nigga, you mad because we won't fuck with you no more because you a habituous liar. Shut your bitch ass up. Stop asking stupid ass questions because you want to be noticed. Shut your dumb ass up. Shout out to Nick in the building. What up? Hold on. First, I gotta go back. Shout out to Brother Bell in the building. What up, Brother Bell? Yeah, early now. Yeah. Shout out to Nick in the building. What up, Nick? Shout out to Wheezy in the building. What up, big bro? Fuck you talking about? Shut your dumb ass up, man. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Go snort some dope or something, nigga, for all the fuck I care. Stop playing with me early in the morning, bro. Or snort some dope. You're probably high right now because you probably been up all night snorting dope. Shut your ass up.
So Uncle Bradley came out today, living up to his name. Timothy Bradley said everyone is a racist. He said everyone has some type of racism inside of them. He also said, why do people give Teofimo Lopez attention? That's what's wrong here. Stop giving people like that attention. I guess that's perhaps gonna stop these people from being racist if we do that, right? I mean, the logic behind that is idiotic, but let's continue. Timothy Bradley
and
said,
think about that. To say that not to give people that's racist the time of the day, that mean it's okay for motherfuckers just to walk around call you niggas all day. And mean exactly what they saying. And you just supposed to be like, yes, a master, yes, a sir. You know, people gonna say what they gonna say, sir. You gonna say what you say, sir. That's what Tim Bradley basically saying, and people like him think. Just let the racists disrespect you. It's okay. Don't say nothing. But anyway, let's move on. Because it get worse. Wait till you really hear what this motherfucker said. Hold on, let me fast forward because I don't want to hear this nigga.
however, now he's telling us, man, all that racist talk shouldn't offend you. The problem is us giving attention.
Oh, here we go.
I've heard.
Let me go back.
I heard because I know who's. And that's the reason why we talking about it right now, is because I've learned over the years, bro, people
Ignore it. And that's like pouring gasoline to the fire in order to put it out. That's what Timothy Bradley is suggesting. Here is what Uncle Bradley had to say. Check it out.
everybody sitting up here.
First of all, OG, listen, bro. I'm serious. I'm being dead serious right now at this point. You ain't even qualified to speak on black issues no more. Okay? You hung around white people that told you, because you want to be honest about it, nigga. You hung around white people that I told you over and over again to stop using the N-word around me. Because you don't say the word. So now you upset that I fucking stopped fucking with you because you let that white boy, whoever that motherfucking crackhead that was with you, boost you up and saying, you can say you part black. When he don't know the conversations that we have had, and you got high, and you thought every time you get high, you think it's okay to keep using the word. So listen, stop coming here with that bullshit. You already know the reason. You think it's because you get high? No, motherfucker, I got plenty of people in my family that got high. Fuck, that ain't got nothing to do with it. You know the reason why I don't fuck with you no more. Stop trying to make it something bigger than what it really is. You already know what it is. Listen, bro, you do whatever you gotta say. I mean, you say whatever you want to say. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. Well, like I said, why don't you just go ahead and snort you some dope and shut the fuck up? Nobody want to hear that bullshit. Listen, nigga, listen. Please don't play with me this morning, bro. Seriously, just shut the fuck up. You gonna watch the show, watch the show. We don't need to hear from you in the comments. You are irrelevant. And I'm gonna treat you that way because the simple fact you let that little racist white boy pump you up. That's what I'm mad about. And I stand on that, nigga. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say about why this and why that, nigga. I know the real reason. You know the real reason. And there's plenty of other shit, but I ain't even gonna do you like that. But you keep fucking with me, I will.
still, I just can't believe that, like, we as black people, I'm talking black people, we're still stuck.
Now, mind you, this is recently what Tim Bradley just said about the whole Teofimo Lopez, Ron Garcia saying all this racist shit. Right? Now, this him now. Listen, he quick to say, I don't like Tank Davis. I really genuinely don't like this dude because he was accused of beating a woman. And that one shit that he was on camera that he did, I think he was in Atlanta or something. And he got caught on camera jacking the chick up or something like that. Cause she was out there. Now listen, Tank Davis, young, ignorant, you can say at the time. Now understanding, nigga, that's not okay to do. Right? The chick was acting a fool. I'm not trying to say she deserved what he did to her. I'm saying she was wilding out all in some dude's face and shit. She with a nigga. She with Tank, but she all up in another nigga face. She came there on his dime, with his money. So imagine a young little rich nigga like him thinking, coming from where I come from, bitch, are you crazy? And he wild out, yanked her ass up, pulled her in the back. Now, he had security there, plenty of people broke that shit up like, Tank, you wildin', nigga. Like, you know what I mean? And then he had an allegation of the last baby mother, I guess that's who that is. I don't know if it's the same one he's still with now, but she accused him of putting hands on her and shit like that. No charges came from that. She came out, she said that she lied. Listen, if you don't know this shit, some women do lie for whatever reason. That a dude didn't do something or he did something she ain't like, and the motherfucker, she called the police on the motherfucker. That happens. But no charges came from that. It was a bad look. I ain't gonna say that because I'm not gonna not say that because he did had a incident where we seen on tape where he jacked the chick up. So that don't look good. I got in Tank ass for that. I didn't say, oh, Tank, that's that's okay to do and no shit like that. Nah, nigga, yo, don't put your hands on no fucking woman. Regardless if I say, hey, he young, ignorant, stupid, he need to grow the fuck up. Right? Even though I said that, doesn't mean that it was okay for him to do that. But I ain't gonna ridicule the little nigga if he's changing his fucking life and trying to get better. He still gotta prove that he's grown from those type of situations. I ain't giving him no pass for that shit. But I ain't gonna ridicule the little nigga every time when we're talking about boxing. This nigga Tim Bradley always want to get personal with Tank. His takes on Tank is personal. It's not about boxing. It's a personal shit with Tim Bradley. Right? Now, he go all the way in on Tank for that. And that's the situation that I just broke up. That shit is bad. Of course it is. He's giving racists a pass. He had no problem with that. Just ignore that. Okay. Let's move on. Listen, people, that's why I say words matter. Because words can hurt. I told y'all all the time. People can say a lot of shit to me, right? But my mom could say some shit to me that somebody else could say to me, and that shit will hurt more. Because words matter, and it depends who the person is. It shit makes me actually angry that she says certain shit. Then some motherfucker in the family, that's a family member of mine, that say some shit like that to me. Another person in my family said, fuck out of here. But my mom could probably say some shit. Well, I know my mom would say some shit to me that really like fucking like hit me a certain type of way. If my wife said some shit to me, somebody could have said that shit about me. That my wife say it affects me more. So words do matter, and it depends who the person is. So my point is, Tim Bradley is saying, hey, these racist white people, they gonna be racist. It should have an effect on you. Well, yeah, it should. If one of your white friends get very upset at you and call you a nigger or call you a monkey, that wouldn't affect you. You would. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I don't get it. Why are we still giving this type of energy? Like, I don't understand that, man. Why are we giving this type of energy to certain words? You get these words are always gonna be powerful if you give this energy.
First of all, you know what's this is the problem with some black people in America. This is why I don't like this inclusion shit that we do in America. Like we America first and all that other shit. If you don't get outside of America, you don't understand that some of it, like if you go to Germany, right? You know the Nazis and all that shit happened in Germany, right? Yo, they don't be putting up with that type of shit. You use that type of language and shit, like you can get in trouble for that shit there. Like Nazis and shit like that, they ain't out roaming around like that. You get in trouble for that type of shit. America, for some odd reason, trying to pretend that some people in America pretend that these words don't have no effect. You see it all the time in politics. Right? So imagine somebody like Tim Bradley, you like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? But if you really think about what he's saying, he's actually saying the same shit some of these racist ass politicians be saying. Trump supporters. Listen, you're going to hear him through his whole take of this. He's going to say the same shit right-wingers and racist Trump supporters say. That the people that you see on CNN, the panelists, Fox News, he's going to say the same shit. That's how we know you're a coon. Tim Bradley, you speak the same language, baby. But anyway, let's move on.
You know, I've learned over my years, bro, people gonna say whatever they want to say. They gonna say whatever they want to say. It's the First Amendment, to be honest with you. You can say whatever. You could be able to say whatever, or you should be able to say whatever the hell you want to say. The First Amendment, however, they need to change that because that's not necessarily true. But
what is it then? One minute you believe in the First Amendment, people get to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Then on the next amendment, next mention, you say, hey, on one moment, you say, hey, well, they need to change that because that's not true. Is it true or is it not? See, Tim Bradley. See, you think you're smarter than what you think you are. You really genuinely think that. Listen, let me say something to you, Tim Bradley. Listen, first of all, Negro, I believe everybody should be able to say whatever the fuck they want to say. It's cool. Like I said, though, it is consequences for saying whatever the fuck you want to say. And what I mean by that is, if you supposed to be my friend, and you calling me out my name, talking behind my back, you got a right to do all that shit. You got a right to do it all. First Amendment. But I got the right to not to fuck with you. See how that works? So yeah, Tim Bradley, yeah, they should change it, but I'm okay with motherfuckers saying whatever they want to say. You can't go to your job, right? A white person can't go to their job and just call black people all types of niggas and monkeys and think that it ain't gonna be no consequences for that. Outside of that, even outside of that, that employer, the people that you employ to, they see that shit on the internet. A lot of racist white people lost their jobs for this shit. They on the internet being racist slurs and shit like that. Next thing you know, they get that call. We no longer need your service anymore. You don't represent. That's not what our company represent. And they hang up on your ass. And you can't sue. You can't do nothing because it's in their policies. So yeah, you got the right to say whatever the fuck. Anybody got the right to say whatever they want, and I'm okay with it. The problem is, why would you want to say it? Why would you want to say exactly anything you want to say? You want to fuck your whole lifestyle up? Fuck your kids' life up? You want to look like, cause you think you right? I got a lot of feelings. I got a lot of shit I want to say, but I don't say it. Because morally, you know what? Hey, I shouldn't be saying no shit like that. Because I'm thinking it. Or even if I feel a certain type of way. See, I try to get to know who the fuck I am, to wonder why I even feel that way, to even think that way, to think I want to even say that. Because listen, anybody can justify anything they say. Right or wrong. You can justify it. But is it right? Tim Bradley, you're not that smart like you think you are.
But if you put any kind of energy into that type of talk, then you give it power. And that's the reason why we're talking about it right now, is because you're giving it power, bro. I look at that and I just go, bro, dude, you're ignorant. That's plain and simple. You're ignorant. You think you're funny, you're ignorant. I've heard this word many times.
Now, mind you, what he's saying is, you're ignorant. So that everything supposed to be all good because you got the right to call him ignorant and say he's stupid or whatever, and that shit goes away. No, listen. People, if you physically put your hands on somebody, it's consequences for it, right? If you speak a certain type of way that leads up to violence, or somebody think you're going to do violence, you can get in trouble for that. So his whole notion of what he says doesn't make any fucking sense. Just because you heard it all the time or it has happened to you doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it seem, you shouldn't seem like, well, I heard it before, so it shouldn't bother me. No. Listen, people, prime example. People get harassed by the police all the time. I say no, I don't get harassed by the police like that. I don't get here to sit here and act like the downplay or the police been good to me. But if they mistreating others, that's a fucking problem for me. Because it ain't happening to you on a consistent basis like that. Or is it, if it is happening to you and you then, you kind of in a way of like, the shit is normal to you, still doesn't make it right. You normalize the shit because it happens to you all the time. Or it happened to you a lot of times. So you normalize it. So then you tell everybody else, hey man, it's gonna happen, man. Don't even worry about that shit, man. You know, they gonna keep calling us niggas, man. Don't even worry about it. They gonna keep calling us monkeys, man. Don't worry about that shit, man. You know, it ain't that big of a deal. I tell you this, if it's not a big deal, let a person that ain't black call you a monkey. listen. Let them call you a monkey and tell me when they say that shit to you, how that make you feel as a black person. And tell me that you're going to be feeling and thinking in your mind, hey, you know, man, they say that shit all the time about us, man. Call us monkeys and shit. They say it all the time, man. You really think that's how you going to feel? And first of all, as a man, Timothy Bradley, as a man, you with your kids, and your kids is sitting there watching what you watching, that this racist piece of shit like Teofimo Lopez, excuse me, is sitting there calling you and your kids monkeys. Racial slurs. And you like telling your kids, don't worry about it. They're going to say that. Don't even worry about it. That you hurt by it. Don't be hurt by that. Don't worry about it. Because people going to say what they're going to say. It's their First Amendment right. They get to say that, though. They get to. You know, don't feel hurt by it. Really, nigga? That's basically what you're telling kids. Black children, your biracial children. That's part black. So you shouldn't have a fucking problem if your in-laws, your white in-laws call your kids monkeys. You should never have a problem with it. See how dumb you sound? You're not that bright, Timothy Bradley. You're just a coon. You're a sellout. You're a scary Negro. You're a house Negro. Trying to get everybody else to be a part of that coonery.
I've heard the word hard R many times in my life too. Many times from different people. Still hear it today. I hear coon all the time. I hear all these words that people use, and it.
First of all, let me say this. You got to run into a real, like, bona fide racist for them to use coon to a black person. Right? Who he's talking about, black people calling them coons. Tim Bradley. That's why you sell us out the way you do. That's why you saying the shit that you're saying. Listen, let me say something to you. One of the most offensive things that a black person can say to another black person is to call them a coon or a sellout. It's the same thing, but a coon. It's very hurtful coming from another black person. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So when I call certain black people coons, I'm intentionally trying to hurt them because I feel disrespected from you. I'm trying to disrespect you, hurt you, just like the hurtful shit that you saying out your mouth. So yes, Timothy Bradley, you are a coon. But to try to act like it's the same as somebody calling you monkeys and racist slurs and tropes, trying to define your racist tropes, nigga, that's not the same. It's not the same as a black person calling you a coon. And you know better than that. See, and the bad part about it is, Timothy Bradley, he knows better than that. He knows better. But the coon in him is trying to compare it the same. Like it's the same shit. It's not the same shit, bruh. It's not. You know the difference. Any black person knows it is a difference. Like I said, you have to run into the most racist, like some dirty ass racists, like the dirty racists, like they gotta be full-blooded racists, like nigga they wearing the Klan sheets, you get what I'm saying? And then you rarely catch them saying that shit. They just call you niggers, monkeys. Same shit Teofimo Lopez called black people. Excuse me. Listen, Timothy Bradley knows the difference. He's trying to do that coonery shit that he does. Trying to act like it's all the same. It's not. And you know better than that. Calling a black person a coon, another black person calling another black person a coon, oh man, shit. Oh. That shit is hurtful. That shit hurts. Come from your own? Ooh. I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you, in the black community, a black person will fight you quicker if you call them a coon than a white person call them a nigga. That's how much somehow black people has normalized that shit. That called another black person calling a black person down there is more offensive, but it's not. But black people knows that in this country, a lot of us know that it's easy to do something to another black person. But if you do something to that white person that's disrespecting you, you know it's going to be more consequences come behind that. That's why I said, just because I disagree with certain people, black people, I'm not going to necessarily call you a sellout and a coon. Because I understand the difference. We disagreeing on some shit, cool. But if you out this bitch siding with white supremacy and saying white supremacy talking points, then I have to put you in that category. I'm sorry. And then I'm not sorry. You're just a fucking coon. And like I say to racist white people, be racist all you want. You call me a nigga, see what happens. I'm going to treat you just like I would treat a coon. I mean, a motherfucker called me a coon. We going to have problems. I don't discriminate. See the difference? But anyway, let me say this. OG, ain't nobody scared to debate you on shit. Right? You only want to be a part of what we do or want to debate me so you can be seen, nigga. That's all that is. You side with racists now, right? Because you saying racist shit in the comments. Saying shit that you know you intentionally trying to offend me. Listen, let me say something. What we going to debate? I'm not debating you because I don't respect you. And now that I don't respect you, what you say is irrelevant to me. And the reason I wouldn't give you the day and the time to do some shit like that, I maybe have to be in a very, very good mood to even do stupid shit like that, do something stupid like that with you. Listen, the reason I won't do it for you, because I know why you even saying what you saying. You know that you are irrelevant. You know you ain't shit. You know you mad because you can't be a part of what we do anymore because of your own personal shit that you have done to the motherfucking family. Don't try to put this on me, nigga. You ain't looked your crackhead self in the goddamn mirror and took any self-responsibility for what you did. But you want to sit here and act like I'm the problem. See, and that's why I wouldn't give you the day and the time to even talk to me or debate me. You's irrelevant. You don't take self-responsibility for what you do. But you want to blame everything or what the fuck you did or how this shit ended up all on me. Nah, bro, I never do that. If I ain't about nothing, then why you here? Why you here? Take your your punk ass and go snort some crack. How about you do that? You love crack more than you love people. Stop that bullshit. I ain't nothing, you ain't shit either.
And it don't affect me because I don't put no energy into it. I heard it before. I heard it before. Say it louder. Because I know who I am. What Teo said, if Teo would have said it to me, I would have laughed it off. I'd be like, man, you're ignorant. You're dumb. You know?
He said I would have laughed it off. Just like a coon. Just like a fucking sucker ass coon. Or I'd have just laughed it off. I'd have laughed it all off. You ignorant, you stupid. Well, listen, that's a given. That's a given that he's ignorant and stupid. But you ain't gonna check him? You ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna laugh it off. You ignorant and stupid. Being racist. You ignorant and stupid. Yeah, all right. Listen. Be racist to me and see what happens. I ain't like these token Negroes. Some of these token Negroes. I ain't like some of them. I ain't gonna laugh it off. I ain't just gonna walk away. I'm not gonna pretend that I know. I'm gonna let you normalize your behavior of being racist. We gonna have a motherfucking problem. The problem is people like Tim Bradley is a coward. They scared of these racists. That's all it is. Listen, at the end of the goddamn day, just imagine somebody calling you a monkey in front of your children, saying racist shit in front of your children. That mean they ain't got no respect. You know they ain't got no respect for you, but they ain't got no respect for your children. And he said, oh, we just gonna laugh it off. You stupid, you ignorant. Yeah, all right, Tim Bradley, you're a coward, bro. That's all it is. And listen, I always told y'all about coons. They all sellouts. I mean, they all scary Negroes. They scared. They house niggas. You call them coons and house niggas for a reason. You go back and do the history of house niggas, that's what they were. Scared ass house niggas. They were slaves just like us, but they coward. They say, you know what, master? I can't beat you. So I'm going to go along with what you're saying because, you know, I don't like that you keep beating me. Keep selling me off, master. It's a house nigga. The real niggas is in the field. We taking the beatings and all that shit, and we still ain't selling out. We trying to fight for our freedom. We trying to get the fuck away. But that house nigga, oh no. He want to stay in the house. He want to help master, help enslave you. Brainwash you to come around and think everything that's what's happening to you is okay, it's right to do. That's all what Timberly Bradley is saying. It happens to me. Y'all just gotta accept it, you know? Smile and laugh it off. Say you're ignorant and you're stupid. Master, you're being ignorant and stupid, master. But can we all just get along? You can still keep mistreating me, but come on, master. Please don't keep calling me out my name, master. That's what that nigga sound like. Fucking house nigga, and then try to sit there and try to justify this bullshit. Anyway, let's move on. You got kids, bro. You got biracial kids that's part black, and you sitting out here saying this nonsense shit. If I'm your kids, I'll probably look at Dad, you a bitch ass nigga. You a bitch. If I'm his kids.
You know, you're a dumb little kid, you're looking for attention. Go play on your playground, you know? That's what I would have said. I don't take that to any consideration. I don't, man. Because you sit back and you say, well, he's racist and this and that. Dude, I've been called racist. You know how many times I've been called racist, bro? I've been told, oh, you're racist against black people. You're racist against this race. You're racist against that race.
And
I hear.
Thank you for saying that. And that's why you buck dancing and cooning, nigga. Thank you for admitting that's why you are a coon and a sellout. Because some black people called you racist. First of all, I tell any black person, you can't call another black person racist because none of us have any, as a collective, we don't have the power to be racist in America. We don't. So for you to call another black person racist is stupid. No lie to you. It's stupid to say. Not calling you stupid, but it's stupid to say. Okay? But yes, that ain't what's bothering him, that another black person called him a racist. No. Because he knows the difference. He knows better. He's just trying to justify what he's saying. He got a problem with black people calling them coons. Calling them a coon. Because he know amongst the black community, to get called a coon, listen, people, that means you're a sellout. And no black person wanted to be called a sellout or a coon from other black people. You don't want that to be that way. I mean, that shit is hurtful. It'll fuck your self-esteem up in a way. Damn, it's almost like saying, no lie to you, it's almost like saying, you ain't black enough. No lie to you, that's how that shit comes off. That's why I always tell people, be very, very clear of why you calling another black person a coon. That shit is hurtful coming from us. So that's what he's mad about. Tell me, Riley, you ain't no racist. You can't be racist. You ain't got no power. Even collectively of us, as black people as a whole in America, we don't have that power. So you can't be a racist. A black person can't be racist in this country. We can't. We don't have no power. Now listen, can black people be bigots? Yes. You know there's a definition for bigots and there's a definition for being a racist. It's two different, similar, but it ain't the same. Yes, black people can be bigots. Yes, we can discriminate against others. Yes, we can do that. Shit, I believe we can be biased. I believe that's kind of human nature in a way. My honest opinion. But for us to be racist in this country, no, nigga, ain't nobody, no black person running around here got no power to be racist. Get the fuck out of here. Shit, if you really want to be real about it, shit, I technically I mean, my opinion, I say my opinion on it. Shit, black people be more racist to black people than white people be. Think I'm lying? Look how we treat each other. Think about it. Every time a black person gets some type of power or they in some type of powerful positions, do they try to pull their people up? No. They try to make sure that they don't pull their people up. Because they don't want that black person, because they know they the token black negro a lot of the times, or they the lucky one that got in that situation to be in the powerful position. So they don't want this, they don't want to groom or help out or teach that other black person to come up to get to where they are. But that's a slave mentality type of shit going on too. We've been taught that shit for generations. There's only a few of y'all can be here. Few of y'all can be up here. Not all of y'all. Or not a whole bunch of y'all, because you're going to fuck up the decorum of white supremacy. And black people for generations been taught that. Do y'all think that when certain black people call certain black people that up and made it, and niggas be thinking like, oh, we hating. No, we ain't hating on them people that made it. We know that they uppity black niggas. That we want to call them coons, but we just really can't do it because they do just enough not to be coons for you to call them a coon. But you know that they're there blocking the rest of us to get there where they are. Because they don't want to help us. Because they only want to be that special Negro. Come on now. Y'all know that. You ever seen a bunch of black people that have their own different type of skill set, right? But it always be one motherfucker out of the clique that think they're bigger than everybody. You know where that comes from? That comes from slavery. Instead of that Negro that actually maybe have just a little bit more, right? That motherfucker take that position because he feel it, right? And he take it and he start to treat the others like that, right? But then you got the Negroes that do understand that, yo, he a little special. And you know that. You don't have that skill set he got. And they like to point out our leaders. Instead of that, we're hate on that, right? But then what happens is but what should happen is, look, you got that skill set. When the motherfucker got a certain skill set to be that motherfucker, you're supposed to be like, all right, listen, I got a certain skill set, but I don't do this shit by myself. All of them with me. You talk to me, you talk to them. Black people a lot of us don't have that skill set. That's why you see the hate amongst us. We hate on each other. We hate. Even the motherfucker that got that certain skill set that you know, he's like he the face. He still hates because he won't acknowledge that, nigga, you ain't really shit without the rest of them. They taught you shit. Instead of you saying, nah, hey, you want, in this situation, you talk to him or you talk to her. We won't do that. But that all comes back from slavery. Because what the slave owners used to do back in the day, used to take them token Negroes. You had certain slaves back then that could go to massa and speak to massa. You had others that couldn't. That certain slave got noticed because he had a certain skill set. But that skill set that he has, without the rest of the other slaves, he wouldn't even be he wouldn't even be noticed in a way. And then then that person that learned all the skill sets that he got taught, that the others taught him, he take that shit, I don't need y'all no more. I got all the skill set because I learned everything from y'all. Now I know how to do it, so fuck y'all. That's what's been happening to us since slavery. And it still happens to this day in 2024. We won't acknowledge. We won't bring up. We won't pay each other. We won't support each other. Put them in the same powerful position. Let me tell y'all something. This is why I respect LeBron and I love LeBron. Off the court. Right? Like, his game, that's something different. That's basketball. LeBron was who he was. They knew this dude was special. He was different. You know what I loved about LeBron and his friends and shit? I loved about them. They understand, nigga, I can be who I am in a different situation. I'm gonna use with your position, but at the same time, I got what I got. And LeBron has his relationship with all his friends. They knew they wasn't gonna be LeBron. He was special. He was different. And those Negroes, Rich Paul and the rest of them niggas, they made a name for themselves. Them dudes are who they are. They don't want to be bigger than LeBron. They know he the face or whatever, but they ain't crying to be in the spotlight, to be noticed. They got money. Rich Paul got him a bad little white chick or whatever he dealing with. He got him, you know what I mean? He good. And the rest of his people, they good. You don't hear them niggas coming out saying, oh, LeBron ain't treating us right. He ain't give us an opportunity or nothing like. You don't hear nothing like that from LeBron. I mean, his peoples. You don't hear none of that shit. LeBron opened up doors for them niggas and they appreciate it and they took advantage of it. A lot of you niggas, you hate on a nigga. Nigga, you ain't gonna be him. Find out your lane. Find out what you good at. And do that. What you can bring to the corporation. To the whole system. You never hear about, like, even with Rich Paul. Like, Rich Paul, his own man, yo, like, you don't hear that, you know, oh, nigga, LeBron his boss or some shit like that. You don't hear that. He comes off as like a boss. But he respects who LeBron is. He understands that if it weren't for his LeBron's certain skill set, we probably wouldn't be here. So I'm gonna give him some respect. But you gonna treat me like a man? And LeBron does. He don't disrespect his friends. You don't hear them having fallouts. That's why I respect LeBron. You don't hear that type of gossip around him. His friends, they don't fuck with him no more. You know, his friends say, oh, he don't be trying to help people or none of that shit. Nah, nigga, listen. If I open the door for you and you don't take it, that's on you. That ain't on me. You're not going to be me. I'm different. I get that. I know that. But if I open up an opportunity, a door for you, and you don't take it, then nigga, that's not on me. You can't get what I get. Cause know why? Because you ain't as special as me in this realm of what I do. I'll give you the opportunity though. A lot of people don't accept who they are. You're insecure about who you are. That's why you be like, oh, nigga, I can do that. Like, if you could do it, why you ain't do it without my help? If you can do it, do it. Prove to me you can do it. And then, you know what? Then we can have another conversation. But until then, no. You can't do what I can do. It's like some shit I can't do what others can do. But I don't sit there like I can. A lot of times people, they just don't accept, right, that you can't do what others can do. Oh, if I just got the opportunity to do it, okay. Then you get the opportunity, you're not that special like that other person is. And you have to accept that. Find your lane. Find where you fit in at. Stop trying to be what that next person is. Hate comes from a lot of times people can't do what others can do. They think they can, but they can't. So they start hating. Envy started to come in. You start like feeling a certain type of way. That's where hate comes in at. I learned this shit a while ago with like I learned this shit when I was in the streets. Like, yo, I never wanted to kind of be like everybody else. Right? I took certain shit from other motherfuckers and kind of mashed that shit all together to how I kind of am, like who I am. And I took some of what they did and I did my own shit. I was in my own lane. That's why I sat down with some young dudes, you know, I talked to juveniles and shit, right? Talked to some, and they was like, yo, how you make it out that shit? It's because I didn't try to go with the same game plan everybody else wanted to go with. I didn't want to be the toughest nigga in the streets. I did not want to be the nigga that, he bangs some guns like that. Or I didn't want to be the biggest drug dealer. I never wanted to be that. I didn't want to be the biggest ladies man or some shit like that that had a certain type of reputation. I didn't want to have that. My whole thing was, I looked at the game for what it was, survival, but at the same time, I looked at it was, listen, I want to be respected. I don't want to be feared. In that type of lifestyle, listen, 99% of people in that lifestyle want to be feared. That's their whole purpose. I never wanted to be that because that shit puts a target on your back. So now niggas think you're a threat. no matter if you ain't intentionally trying to be a threat, but they think you're a threat now. So now motherfuckers around, everybody around you, even your friends, is trying to plot on you to take your ass out. You start getting bigger than what you really are. Right? You start getting just a little bit more shine than they getting. Niggas start to hate and they start envying that. That's how a lot of motherfuckers died in the streets. When I was growing up, I'm telling you. Everybody wanted to be the most toughest. You know, I'm one of the biggest dope dealers. I'm fucking all the bitches in the hood. Like, nah, nigga, you can have that. I'm in my own lane. Then niggas even get mad because you in your own lane. You ain't trying to do what they do or be what they think. Oh, this nigga acting phony. He ain't really down. Listen, I had a lot of beefs with like that. Motherfuckers like, oh, he ain't down. This nigga act like he ain't like that. I got friends of mine. Like, niggas, I'm not cool this day. Niggas I grew up with as kids. We ain't cool this day because these niggas still think that I've been the same person that I've been when I was in the street with them niggas. I don't want to be that shit that you think I want to be. I don't give a fuck about that shit you care about. I move the way I move. And niggas, and my own niggas, a lot of them, that's why we ain't cool. They still get mad at me for that. Like, nigga, I don't move like that. I never move like you are. Like, it's like I never changed who I was. I never was that dude. I don't give a fuck about being that dude. I'm in my own lane. I do what I do. Listen, I respect what you do, but that don't mean I gotta move that way. And listen, number one, I'm not a follower. So I move the way the fuck I move. I don't move like everybody else move. That's why you even see people come in. Oh, yes, motherfuckers say, you got this 300 subscribers and shit like that, and I got this. You can have that. I'm cool. I don't need to try to be like everybody else. I know what I'm trying to do. My shit is genuine. I don't give a fuck about what you doing. And I told y'all, a lot of times, yo, when you're not doing what everybody else doing, people hate that. People like, oh, he ain't shit. Or they be like, oh, he just can't do that. Oh, I can act like y'all can do that same shit. I grew up in the type of environment. I can do everything that you can do. I can act the way, I can do all that shit. I choose not to because that's not who I am. It's not my character. So you can have that. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. I'm not trying to do what everybody else is doing. And people hate that shit. They don't like that. They don't like that about me. I'm okay with that though. I'd rather be, listen, I told y'all, I'd rather for motherfuckers that hate me to be scared of me. I don't, because I know where that hate come from. But to be scared of me, I don't know where that comes from. Because I'm not trying to be this intimidating type of person. But anyway, let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, we back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there strolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Excuse me. When you come in and out of the building. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. Listen, just on some real shit, right? I was always afraid, and still to this day, I always be afraid of people scared of me, right? It sounds like an oxymoron, but it's really not. It's like I'm very, very afraid of people being scared of me because it puts a target on your back, right? Like, you don't want to be feared, right? Like, you want to be more respected than feared. These motherfuckers, like, when you're respected, people don't really know what you're capable of doing, or be like, they second guess it. But if a motherfucker know exactly that I fear that motherfucker, or he a scary ass nigga, right? They know what to do, right? But when you're respected, people don't know how to take that. People don't know, like, damn, everybody fuck with him, everybody respect him. Like, they don't know how to take that. They don't know if they can hate on that or not. They don't know to be aggressive to that or not, or take you lightly or not. They don't know. Let me hold on, man. Let me get to know this dude, man. Like, I read from him and be like, oh, well, let me get to know this dude. I don't fear him, or I don't think he's scary, but let me get to know him. I'd rather have that than the motherfucker fear you. And they like, yo, they look at you as a threat. Because no matter what, if you scared of a motherfucker, you think a motherfucker's a threat, you scared of him. Listen, I was never scared of a put it like this. If I was scared of a gangster nigga like that, right, back in the day, I plotted to try to if this motherfucker ever got out of pocket with me, I'd kill him. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I'm plotting on him. If I'm scared of that gangster, right? If somebody soft, I can plot on that soft nigga too. But a nigga that's just respected, you don't know how to plot on that. Because you don't know if you can make a mistake and you plot on this nigga and this nigga is prepared for you. Right? But a nigga that you fear, you can plot on him. A motherfucker that you don't fear, you can plot on him. You can't plot on a nigga that you respect. I learned that in the streets. And that's why, like, a lot of times, even still to this day, right now, a lot of my homeboys, they don't fuck with me. I ain't gonna say they don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with a lot of them because they don't get that. You niggas want to be feared. You niggas want to move around. You want to, like move like on some intimidating shit. I don't move like that. I move as a decent human being. I try to move I respect people. Like, I don't want to move like I fear somebody. I don't want to move around like I'm scared of somebody. I don't move around like that. I move it. Listen, I respect you regardless. If you ain't as thorough as me, I'm cool with that. If you a little bit more powerful than me, I respect that. But at the same time, I don't show no fear or I have less like I don't, like, I know if you ain't on my level with certain shit, I don't try to, like, talk down or try to punk you. That's like, that shit is weird to me. Listen, last thing I'm gonna say before I move on. The one thing I recognized, right, was that I know how it feels on both sides of that, right? I know how it is to be feared, right? And I didn't like that feeling. I know how it feel to be scared, to know that motherfuckers, you fear people. And that shit didn't feel good. So through my life, I had to figure out a balance of that. Up to the point that where I may fear something or fear somebody in a way, but I still got that other side that where I was feared, right? That way I know how to balance that shit of like, I'm gonna be respectful regardless. And that's how I move. So I move with a confidence of like, I'm not really scared, but I ain't trying to not act like I'm not scared. Because I could be both at the same time. That's a very dangerous person. Because you don't know what that person is capable of doing. He fears, but he doesn't really fear shit. That's a dangerous person. And like I said, you don't know what if you don't know what somebody's capable of doing. Actually, believe it or not, they're the most dangerous and scared person that you will ever meet in your life. And I've been around plenty of dudes and females like that. You just don't know what they're capable of doing. Because they do fear, but they do have a certain type of aggression that they have. And they are dangerous. And I understood that that's where I needed to be. And that's where I am. Listen, do I fear shit? Yes. Am I not scared a lot? Listen. No, I know the balance of it. I'm a balance of that shit. I got the balance of both. I fear shit, but then I don't fear shit. Just don't. But my main thing is to respect people because you don't know what people are capable of. So, let's move on. Excuse me.
I hear that on a day-to-day basis. I don't take the racist quote unquote comments and all that, dude. I don't give it no energy. And I teach my kids the same thing. The same exact thing, because people are gonna say what they want to say. They are. Get that through your mind. And be honest with yourself. Everybody's a little racist about something. Be honest. We are. Everybody.
First of all, bro, for you to say that everybody's a little racist, that's bullshit. Can everybody be a little bigoted? Or I wouldn't even say bigot, because I'm not a bigot. Right? Am I a little what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe a little biased? Yeah, I can be a little biased. I think everybody can be that. But bigoted? No. Everybody can't be bigoted. I'm not bigoted. I ain't even a little bigot. Anybody that have ever came and had any type of interaction with me or spoke to me, they'll tell you that ain't nothing bigoted about me. Nothing. It's nothing bigoted about me. I don't discriminate against people because they different from me or whatever that shit is like that. I don't. And people are like, well, what about racist people? Listen, racist people are racist. What the fuck? That ain't being bigoted. They are the biggest. How am I in the same realm as them? I don't treat people that look like them that's being bigoted or racist the same. So I can't be in the same realm as that. So that don't make any sense. That's why I said people need to really truly think about what they be saying and thinking. But no, Timberly Bradley, no, everybody's not bigoted. Everybody don't have bigoted shit in them. I'm not bigoted. Now, at one point of time in my life, was I bigoted? Yes. I believe I was bigoted. I was being a bigot. Yes. Is it one part of time that I discriminated against people? Yes. That just comes from me just being a street dude. So what the fuck are you talking about? But now as a grown-ass man, I know better. I actually understand the definition of these things that you're saying. I'm educated. I'm wise. I know better. So no, Timberly Bradley, no. Everybody ain't bigoted. Everybody is not capable of being. Is everybody capable of being bigoted? Yes, but no, everybody ain't bigoted. Everybody ain't no bigot. You say if everybody capable of being a bigot, yes, that is very possible. I wouldn't disagree with you on that. But to say that everybody is a little bigoted, bigoted, no, Tim Bradley, no. That's you. That's you speaking your truth. You are a little bigoted. I cannot be bigoted to people that are bigoted towards others. If I'm calling you out on your bigotry, if I don't like you, a group of you, because you hate on others, then you bigoted to others. I can't be a fucking bigot. That shit don't even make any sense. Shout out to my brother talking in the building. What up, Talk? Talking about the shout out to Weezy in the building. Listen, Weezy, you shouldn't even have to get into that. You shouldn't even have to get into that with that crackhead. Cause that's what OG is. He a crackhead, man. He a crackhead, and like I told you, I know something about crackheads. Never been one, but been around them. Listen, one thing about crackheads, they always want to be seen. Cause they know they ain't shit. Especially when they know they did wrong to others that they say they care about. And they might have did. But they still treated the people that they say they cared about wrong. So you gotta understand it about OG. Listen, OG don't want no smoke, man. He just want to be seen. And that's a crackhead for you. Want to be seen. Always want to be seen. First thing come out here is my, oh, hey, Kenny scared to debate me. Scared to debate you on what? When have you known me for being scared to debate anybody? I just don't debate people because it's a waste of my fucking time. You're taking away from energy that I should be putting that shit somewhere else. That's why I won't debate certain people. And you're one of them. I don't debate you because you're taking away energy that I could be doing other things with. You're not worth my time, Negro. Like I said, I ain't got all the money in the world, people. I'm rich in my own lifestyle that I helped create with my wife. And the people that helped me get to where I am. I'm rich in that way. Because I know where the fuck I come from. Money and shit like that, you don't die with none of that shit. This materialistic shit, you don't die with none of that. I'm morally rich. I don't need none of this shit that people that say, oh, he got a little something. I don't give a fuck about that. You think I care about that? Okay, cool. If you do, and if you care about that, then you the one that got the fucking problem. You the one that don't understand that you don't die with none of that shit. All this materialistic shit or what's in your bank account and all that other shit, nigga, that's just generational shit. For your kids to not struggle the way you do. But you don't die with none of that shit. You don't die with no money. If that's the case, then it should be all the money that you got, that shit should be in your casket. Everything you earned, everything that you got, your house, everything should be buried with you. It's not going to be there in your casket. See, when you die, my people, that's a whole nother thing. Right? Now that's a whole nother life. My opinion. Right? It's not no shit that I'm saying that is factual. But I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, nigga, that's a whole nother different life you dead. That's a whole nother life you gotta go to talk to God or whoever. Whatever you believe. But you don't, I mean, like, people think you, but one thing I do know is that nobody died with none of that shit that they got. That you do the years got, or if, listen, let me say this. You die, right? You could be rich and die. That rich person died the same way that a poor person in society dies. You die. You don't take none of that shit. All that shit that rich person had, all these rich people that you think that die, they ain't dying with none of that, nigga. They ain't got none of that. That is not helping them. And I'm gonna tell you something, and the reason we know this is because ain't none of us died and came back and said, hey, oh, they died with all their riches. They was rich up there in heaven or hell. You don't even know if heaven or hell actually exists. These are facts. So you just sit here and you glorify, oh, how rich somebody was. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, that rich person died just like a poor person just died. We don't know where they going. But one thing we do know, they did. That's the one thing we do know. We the only motherfuckers on earth that actually give a fuck about people that's been rich and powerful and their influences. We only care about that. They dead now. Those poor people, they dead. And let me ask you something. When your loved ones or whoever these rich people die, they may get to, people talk about them or whatever, and some don't, right? But after they dead, for a while, you forget about those rich motherfuckers that's dead too. Just like you forget about those poor people that's dead. Because you know why? Because life moves on. Life moves on. And that's a fact. You motherfuckers like to sit out here and play hypotheticals. You want to live in la la land. No, nigga, I live in reality. When people die, they die. Ain't no coming back. When you die, yeah, people gonna mourn you and shit like that. If I die, people gonna probably mourn me. It's just in a different way of how people mourn. It might be big, it might be small, it might be whatever. Or people don't even know. But one thing we do know, once you die, after a while, regardless of what status you are in this society, in this life, people will forget you. People move on with their life. Because they keep on trying to live, to strive to be something that they're not. That's why I tell people I never move to live for others. right? Like in the way of how people think, like trying to be like somebody or try to be bigger. No, nigga, I just gotta live the life I have. I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. My impact on this earth gonna be what it's gonna be. My impact ain't gonna be no different than somebody that's richer than me or got more power than me. Cause when we all die, we die. We all, at the end of the day, we all got that in common. Give a fuck if you're a racist or not, or bigoted or coon or black, white, Puerto Rican, gay. We all gonna die. We all got that. That's the one thing that we all got in common. We all gonna die one day. And we just don't know when we gonna die. But I know one thing, another thing I do know, after you die, after a while, nobody give a fuck about that because they gotta move on. The life gotta move on. I accepted that a long time ago. People gonna move on. They love you. Here and there, they may remember you, cry, whatever. But it ain't gonna be on their day-to-day shit. They gonna move on. They gotta move on. Because if they don't move on, their mental gonna be fucked up. So they ain't gonna be able to live the best life that they may have because they keep mourning you. I always tell people, if I die dead tomorrow, God forbid, no time soon, but listen, man, I celebrate me, man. Don't listen. No, don't listen. I know you're gonna cry, of course, people cry, but celebrate me. When my time, my year come around, or when I die, or my birthday come around, or whatever it may make you feel comfortable, nigga, celebrate me. I don't need no motherfucking body crying over me, nigga. I'm good. Regardless of however way I died, or I will die, right? Because I don't know, right? However way I die, right? Don't dawn on that shit. I was supposed to go wherever way I went. It wasn't up to me. It wasn't up to nobody. And I understand society. I understand how shit works. I get that. But you know me as a spiritual person. Don't dawn on that shit. I'm gone. Celebrate me. That's it. Love me for who I was. That's it. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Don't be mad at people, man. Like, people dawn on that shit. Oh, and let me say this too, right before I move on. Because I haven't did this shit. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to say that. I'm going to save it, what I'm going to say. Let's move on.
Everybody, it don't matter because everything is contribute to our life experience and what we've gone through. I don't care what he says. Even if he said it to me, doesn't bother me not one bit because I know who I am.
Tim Bradley, we know that though. You don't give a fuck if somebody call you a racist or a racist slur or call you a nigga or call you a monkey. We know that. That's what coon niggas say. I don't care. You call me a nigger. I don't care if you call me a monkey. I don't care. But that's what coon niggas say. And boy, you tell your true colors. But anyway, let's move on.
I am. And it's just words. Has no effect over me. I'm not soft. I'm sorry. I'm not soft. I'm not gonna buy into the bullcrap. I really
and then this is what coons do. They try to pretend, I'm hard. What's hard about that shit of people say fucked up shit about you and group your people as the monkeys, offend people in your community? You feel nothing about that. You hard about that. No, you're not hard. You heartless. Because you're only thinking about yourself, Timothy Bradley. You ain't thinking about how this shit can affect children. You're not thinking about this shit that can have an effect on others that look like you. Oh, I'm hard. Listen, man. These are the parts of the definition of why we call people coons. When you tell us, hey, that shit don't bother me, it shouldn't bother you. What? You don't know. Listen, you went through your own issues with racism, right? You don't know what somebody else been through when it comes to racism. You don't know that. How that affected them, how that made them move through life. And you're telling them, just get over it. Get over it. And oh yeah, be okay with them keep disrespecting you. That same shit that fucked you up. He's telling you it's okay that they keep saying the same shit to you that fucked you up and fucked your self-esteem up. Because he got over it. Okay. When I tell black people, I say, hey man, stop arguing with the police. You're not going to win that. Right? And what I mean by that is, it's to protect your feelings. Because you're going to get your feelings hurt fucking with the police. You're going to get your feelings hurt from you sitting there arguing with them police, because I'm telling you the intentions of that. Tim Bradley's not saying that. He's saying, hey, they're going to keep saying it. They're going to keep doing it. I'm telling you, stop giving them the power over you. Because they trying to get you to get outside of who you are. They want this interaction. Right? What Tim Bradley is saying, and listen, and what I say too with the police, I ain't saying don't fight back. I'm saying it's a way we can do that to fight back. I'm giving explanations of how or ways to how we can fight back. Tim Bradley, his old thing of fighting back is, no, don't say nothing. Just not say nothing. Don't say nothing. Let them keep calling you niggas. It's their First Amendment. Remember he said that too. Early. It's their First Amendment. People get the right to say whatever they want to say. Okay. Listen, I tell people this all the time. Think about this. I can say whatever I want to say. Right? Should I say it? No. You know why? Because I actually think of, like, if I say certain shit, how does it affect children? How does it affect children and young folks that's younger than me, young brothers and sisters, or young people, period, regardless of what their skin complexion is? That shit matters. So, yeah, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. Yeah, it's my First Amendment to say it, but that don't mean I should say it. We have a responsibility as grown-ups. And listen, Tim B. Bradley, as a grown-ass man, you have a responsibility as a grown-ass man to not to tell young folks that it's okay because it's the First Amendment. Everybody got the First Amendment to say what they want to say. All the fucking horrible shit that they think that it's okay to say. To harm others with their rhetoric. People die from rhetoric. You stupid, ignorant Negro. Because you're comfortable of allowing people to say that shit. Because you're a coward. We shouldn't try to teach that to kids. Tell them that's okay. Hey, They gonna say some fucked up shit to you, kids. You just gotta go along with it, you know, it's their First Amendment. No! Tim Bradley, that's why, yo, listen. I'm gonna say this in front of everybody, because I know we gotta do the Coon of the Year shit at the end of the year. Right? We got a couple of months left. 2 months left. Listen, you my Coon of the Year. Honestly, bro. Damn. And the bad part about it is that you think I enjoy calling you a coon and a sellout. I actually genuinely don't. But I can't sit back and do what you do. Act like it's an issue there, and I just act like, oh, you know, he just doing what he does. Tim Bradley just being a sellout and selling black people out and saying coonery shit all the time. I just want to be okay with it. It's the First Amendment. What? All right, Tim Bradley, bro. Who's the people around you, bro? That these where the real black people around you at? To tell you what you saying ain't that shit don't make no sense. That ain't representing the people, our people. You saying white supremacy bullshit. Let's move on, man. This nigga unbelievable, man.
I really ain't.
Uncle Bradley just gave all you Rays fans the green light to call him a monkey.
And I'm gonna leave it there. Cause I don't want to hear this other name. Cause the nigga that's talking about Timothy Bradley is he a bullshit con artist himself. Cause like I told you, he's a dude that sat here and had no problem with Bill Haney calling black people monkeys. Calling Tank Davis a monkey. That LDBC shit. All them niggas, they like to say monkeys, call black people monkeys. They didn't have no problem with it. Like I said, it's certain black people that have a problem with you calling them niggas in their presence. And they're right about that. And they should. And you respect that. They don't want you calling them niggas. Some black elders or certain people don't like you using the N-word around them. That's fine. It's like my grandmother. She don't like certain shit, nigga. You gotta be respectful. I don't think nothing wrong with it, but she does. She my elder. Fuck out of here. You can be a black man my age and say, hey man, I don't like you calling me a nigga. I gotta respect that. I have to fucking respect that because you know what? I respect my people. Regardless if we disagree on some shit. But at the same time, I get it. I understand what you don't want me calling it. I get it. But Tim Bradley said it's okay. It's okay you keep disrespecting people. Disrespect your own. Disrespect your own when certain black people tell you, or your elders tell you, don't call me an N-word. Don't use that word around me. Keep using it. Because you got the right to say it. So that means take the respect out of your elders or people that you say you respect. Take the respect out of it because you got the right to say it. I told y'all. They have no morals in this country right now. A lot of people don't have morals. And they sit there and try to come off like they got morals. You don't have morals. Oh, I respect all. No, you don't. No, you don't. Listen, let me say this. This is how I respect all. This is how you know I respect all. Nigga, all the gay shit or whatever, no disrespect to gay people. I don't wanna see transgenders. That's the shit fair. I know through science that it's fair that you ain't got all this man shit or playing sports and shit like that. Until then, I don't want no transgenders playing with no motherfucking females in their sports. That's just fair. It's respectful. It's not bigotry. It's not I hate transgenders or no shit like that. I wouldn't date a transgender. I wouldn't have sex with a transgender. But I respect them. Don't mean I hate them. I don't get to tell you who you want to be. Nigga, that ain't me. I ain't God. I'm just saying what I don't like, what I won't accept. But you good with me? Gay people good with me? But the gay community and the rest of everybody else, whatever race or whatever belief you gotta believe in, we have to come to an understanding. Where can we not cross that line? It's like religious folks. I respect your religion. I'm not religious. I respect it. But you can't push your shit on me and on the rest of us because we don't believe in what you believe in. Yes, we shouldn't be. Listen. You know what the compromise will be with that? Listen, I have no problem with all different religions putting their shit in the schools. Have no problem with it. But the so-called evangelicals want to only push their agenda. That's a problem. You just can't push your shit. Everybody ain't on that evangelical Christianity shit. No disrespect, but you can't just push that. Everybody believe in something different. Some people don't even believe in none of those religions. So how can we sit down and have a conversation about it? If America, we the greatest country in the world, we need to all sit down and have this conversation. But a lot of y'all don't want to do that. With my beliefs and my beliefs, get the fuck out of here. You can have your beliefs, but let's compromise. That's what a democracy is. So a lot of people in America don't even believe in democracy. Ask yourselves this. All those religious people, them Christian nationality people, Christian nationalists, right? They want to push this to be the government, right? You have a whole bunch of money to put behind a candidate, but you won't build schools where you live to send your kids there. Tell me how that makes sense. You got all the money to get a politician to change these policies to fit your narrative, but you should have been taking them millions of dollars and building your own schools for your children. I wouldn't have any problem with that. Because this is how flawed your plan is. Or what you suggesting that we should do. Or your whole movement. We all should have God in these schools where I don't pay for my kid to, or a lot of us don't pay out taxpayer money for you to tell all our kids in public schools that they need to go under the Christianity's bullshit. I don't pay my taxpayer money for that. And a lot of other people don't. So you just don't give a fuck about our money. So we got to do what you say. But like I said, all that money they spend on these politicians that can change laws and policies, they should have been taking that fucking money and taking a lot of that money and making their own reality. I have no problem with that. But you can't tell me that I'm gonna have a public school where you tell my kid that they gonna have to stand for the national anthem, they gotta stand for the so-called Christianity stuff or religion, that they ain't religious. My daughter ain't raised religious. That's how I raised my kid. You raise your kids to be religious. That's fine. That's okay. Well, send them to a religious school. All that money you spending, build a fucking religious school where you can send those kids. Nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. No problem. Listen, people, we have to compromise, right? Like, I wouldn't have no problem if we say, hey, we got to build some schools, spend taxpayer money out of my own. Let's say some of these religious people want to build the school for religious kids. I mean, for parents that want to want their kids to be in a religious school. I had no problem with that. But you have to compromise with me. You have to compromise with me. And who are you to say what religion is? Because some gay people are very religious too. So that now we got to have another discussion. But we can't have that type of discussion when you just like closed-minded with that. You just can't do that. I don't understand like this time that we are in. But people don't want to compromise. You have to compromise. You're not going to get everything you want. Believe it or not, a lot of gay people are not going to try to go to gay schools. Religious schools. They're not. Because they already know they're going to feel discriminated against. So you ain't really got to worry about that. The one thing I want to tell everybody on Real Talk, a lot of kids, right? Sexually, they don't really genuinely understand what the fuck is going on right now. Because they going through whatever they going through. It's very hard for children right now because they don't know what's being promoted. And I don't kind of really like it either way. Got the gay agenda. It's promoted, right? Then you got the other side of that, of religious shit. Listen, these kids are very, very confused right now. They are very, very confused. See, we had a narrative where everybody's straight. That's what we do. You had your few gays, but now you have both. Now the gay and all that shit is coming. And I have no problem with it. I think we should have a balance with it. But my thing is that just the problem is even both sides of that shit, they're not accepting the other side. Everybody don't want their fucking kids to grow up gay. And let me just say this to gay people. Right? To defend some of the religious of certain people, right? Listen, I know that y'all really genuinely believe, right, that people was born gay. That is a lie. You have no scientific shit with that. It's just human nature of society, of how that is, of how y'all wind up being gay or whatever the situation is. It's no scientific shit behind that. And y'all have to accept that. And once y'all accept that, then that's okay. Then we can move on. Then we can have a conversation. None of you was born gay. None of you. It is certain 1% of people in the world that maybe grew with some testicles or some shit like that. That's just science shit. Like, shit happens. But ain't none of you been born gay. The fuck out of here. And just like you religious people, you never was born religious. You was taught it. Right? And it's the same thing with gay people. It's a sexuality thing. You've been taught that. It's shit that you've been around. It's society. You ain't none of you was born gay. None of you was religious. You know nothing about being religious until you got in this world and was raised that way. You knew nothing about being gay until you got in this world. Fuck out of here. You was born in this world. You know nothing about being gay. Stop it. Oh, I was born gay. That's a lie. And just like religious people, for y'all religious, I get that respected. But you was never born religion. You was taught it. Society teaches you that. It's like racist. Racist people been taught to be racist. Only thing ain't been taught in this country is white and black and other races of people. That ain't taught. We look different. We get that. That's come from birth a lot of the times. But stop acting like you motherfuckers is acting like y'all are this. Oh, this shit is weird to me. But anyway, let's move on to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. Alright, people, back from a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Excuse me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF. Shit. Excuse me. OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there scrolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button coming out of the building, and make sure you guys excuse me, share the videos, man. Keep the movement pushing. But anyway, yeah, man, we gotta stop doing that shit to each other. Excuse me. Society, and even in this world teach us how to hate others. Excuse me. And to show how different we are. That's all it is. Excuse me. The reason it seems like that we don't have anything in common as people a lot of times is because of race. Excuse me. Damn it. Of race, gender, excuse me, and society that has been growing for years. Excuse me, god damn it. But we have been doing that to each other for generations. Hundreds and thousands of years, believe it or not. Excuse me. Oh shit. That's my allergies acting up now. Oh man. Just in me. I'm sorry, y'all. Them allergies acting up crazy. But damn, did I take my allergy pill today? No, I didn't. But excuse me. I'll take my damn allergy pill. But that's what separates us from society. Like, I mean, like, why we separated and why we all think so different, because of society, race, and gender. That's why. Because, excuse me, if I grow up in a certain type of way, right, and you don't, that already separates us, right, for society, right? If I'm a man and you're a woman, we already got different types of lifestyle, right? Excuse me. If we growing up a different type of race, right? Different type of race, right? We hold on, give me a second, people. Damn it, man. Fucking allergies acting up crazy. I don't know why. Excuse me, people. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Shit. Yeah, but damn it. In a different race with that, like, we always gonna be a little different because we all different skin complexions. But if you break that shit down to details of how we are as people, listen, we bleed the same color regardless of whatever race you are. When you bleed, you're red, right? Any race, we bleed red. How we was born through a woman's womb, right? And it took a man connecting them sperms, and I know we in a different technology way, but you still need a man's sperm regardless of how you create a child. So that shit is always the same. We all got that connection, right? Other than how you may be born, right? As far as like maybe like, oh shit, excuse me, or how we may be born through science or whatever. But you still, at the end of the day, you still need a male's gene. You still need a woman's gene, right? You still need both of those things. You ain't never seen a gene in science that would say, hey, you know what? We take two female sperm counts and put them to sperm shit, and we put them together and it create a child. That's never happened. It's never happened. Now, I'm not saying in the future it may not happen that way, but I'm just saying for right now, that's not happening. Okay? So, these are facts. So, shit is always the same. We created through women and men. Sperm. Right? So, and we all die. We got this in common. It's just that in society and how we've been raised and how, mainly society, I tell you, living on earth, like, people, we just have different lifestyles, how we've been raised. It's all about that. If you take a Mexican kid and you put them in a black community, they're going to act like black people. You put a white person in a Mexican community, they're going to act Mexican. You put a black or a Mexican person in white society and they hang around nothing but white people, that's how they going to act. These are facts. If black people stay amongst black people, we gonna act amongst us. And the same thing with white folks and Mexicans and Korean and you know, all different types of races of people. We're gonna act of how our society is. These are facts. You're just trying to. The one thing about society is that society likes to make people go against each other, show the differences. And there's nothing wrong with it, but the problem is when you're using it in a way to separate people, that's the problem. And that's where we are in 2024 in America. All the politicians, a lot of the people in America, because now a lot of you motherfuckers that ain't been like on the internet, a lot of y'all speak, right? You had no voice. And now you got a voice. So now you just speak. Prime example of that, because I'll be very honest about it, right? Because like I told y'all, I like to go off of shit I know, right? Listen, when I first started doing this show about 10 years ago, right? We get ready to come up on the anniversary soon because it ain't been 10 yet, but it's almost close there. And we get ready to come up on the anniversary. Listen, when I first started doing this shit, my first reaction was I think it's not even gonna be next year, it'd be the year after that. Yeah, it'd be 2026. That'd be 10 years. Right? Excuse me. So we got like another whole year and something to do. Right? When I first started doing this shit, I didn't do it because of how everybody thought I was doing it. I did that shit because I was like, damn. I got an opinion. I thought that I could say some shit that means something to people. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, people just sitting out here saying all types of goofy shit. And I was just like, all right, I know I make more sense. You know what I mean? And so that's why I really actually I started this shit. Right? I even spoke and said anything because I felt like, yo, motherfuckers just saying anything. Like, and I just thought that maybe I could say some shit that make people actually think about some shit. And I still stand on that shit to this day. But I didn't come into the situation of speaking about a lot of this shit because I wanted to be famous. Like, oh, I wanted to be popular or some shit like that. I just thought that it's just something that I need to say some shit. Right? And it was like a time in my life where I thought that me being like not saying anything wasn't helping society. And I was growing at the time as a person. So it was all like a combination of that. But the main reason was that, like, yo, I had something to say. And it just seemed like now everybody feel like we in this time, but everybody think they got something to say. And sometimes what you say really don't matter if you're not really thinking this shit out. Like, I thought about the shit why I did what I did or why I even spoke out. I was like, damn, if I speak out about this, like, I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm going to get criticized. People ain't going to like what I say. I thought about all that shit before I even started I started this shit almost 8-9 years ago. Right? So I really thought about this shit. And listen. When I first started this shit, it wasn't as bad as it is now. You just got people now that just want to have an opinion. Excuse me. You just got people that just want to have an opinion. They just want to speak on some shit. I just want to say some shit. People get in the chat. They just want to be noticed. Got nothing that's inspirational or some shit that like, oh, it's a real question or like, you know what I mean? Like people care. It's just, and I just want to say what I want to say because it's on my mind. Listen, I tell y'all all the time when I do this shit, right? I do this shit because I actually really genuinely think that motherfuckers don't speak the shit that I speak. Motherfuckers don't say the stuff that I say. They genuinely don't. They don't ask the questions that I ask. And I actually, when I bring up questions or I talk about issues, I don't think that people, or my perspective is from some shit, I don't think people really care about that shit. Like, I actually genuinely care about a lot of shit I say and we speak about. I'm not here to do it because, oh, it bring likes here. Nigga, I can get 2 likes. I can get 2 viewers. And that means a lot to me. But if I get 40, 30, 50, 60, 70, 100 or whatever people watch my shit, I'm okay with that too. Shit, we did this shit with Lord Jamal. That shit got the biggest shit that we seen since the beginning of some shit. Right? But I'm not looking for that. And I got, listen, when I did OBF, right? And I first started this shit, Opinion But Facts, and I never looked at it like how I look at it now. That's how I looked at it then. It wasn't about the views. It wasn't really truly about none of that shit because I just didn't really give a fuck. I just wanted the conversation, right? Or put the knowledge out there. Now, in between that, that's where I got fucked up. I can't blame anybody else, other OBF members or nothing like that. I only can blame me. I got outside of my character. I start thinking, you know, I started doing stupid shit, right? Because I can't blame nobody else. Like, yo, I started this shit the way I started it, and then I got out of the character, right? I started thinking and saying some shit, and I did some shit that was out of pocket of who I am, right? Or why I started this shit, right? So, listen, I'm back to why I started this shit. That's why I brung back old niggas and start calling in now. Because that was what I did. You know what I mean? I speak my shit, let people call in, blah, 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 and we talk about it. You know what I mean? But I got out of that shit. I just started letting people randomly just be a part of some shit that they wasn't qualified to be a part of. Honestly. Right? And then I didn't understand time at the time when we was real big that we was in a pandemic and people that you don't see now that's OBF members, and no disrespect to them, but they ain't really fully committed to this shit. I had to realize that. Because once life started getting back to where it really was, because see, I was already on that. Right? Even before the pandemic. But motherfuckers really wasn't on what I was on. And so when I found out that the motherfuckers really wasn't like, oh, motherfuckers can't do what I do. Right? Like, oh, you don't got no time. You don't really care about, and I'm not trying to disrespect all the former OBF members, but they don't have, it's not even the time. You have to have that thing of like, the shit bigger than me, right? But you think, oh, I'm just giving my time. No, when I do this shit with y'all, it ain't about my time. It's about what I need to do. And I didn't understand that. Like, motherfuckers was only, they had the time to do it. They just don't have the time to do it anymore. So if you look at it, it's like, oh, they had a time at that time, but did they really believe in what the fuck was really going on? Or what I was trying to push, or the movement? No. Everybody wasn't about that. It all came out to being what it is. And I'm not mad at anybody. I want all the former OBI members. I ain't mad at y'all, man. Not mad at y'all. Because like I said, listen, I got out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? I did some shit. So I ain't mad at y'all. I just know that y'all really wasn't really, a lot of y'all wasn't really about this shit. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when the pandemic was over and everything was all over, I still was consistent. I still did what I did because I knew, I understood what needed to, I understood what I needed to be doing. When I first started this shit, I was working at a job too, but I was consistent, right? But then I knew a lot of shit happened at the while. I was like, yo, this shit means something to me, or what I do. Nigga, I got the new job. I quit my old job. I put years in, 10 years in. Could have got retirement. Didn't do it. But this shit meant something to me. Right? And there was other shit too, but this was part of it. Like, this shit meant something to me, or what I do when I come and I talk to y'all. This shit meant something to me. So I circle my life around that. Financially, everything. I had this conversation with Shay. She was like, you should, what the fuck? Why did you do that? Because I'm dedicated. That's how much I care. And I'm about what I say. I don't like nobody. Yo, ain't enough money in the world for you to disrespect me. Shay couldn't understand that. Love Shay. Peace of love to the sister. But, nah. But I moved the way I moved. And some shit, Weezy told me, he said, yo, nobody can do what the fuck you do, nigga. Just do you. Just go ahead and do what the fuck you do. That shit helped motivate me. I was like, yo, I gotta get back to what the fuck I used to be, what this shit was really about. Cause I started to go how everybody else was going, but I started to notice that everybody wasn't on the same time I was on anymore. Right? How I started this shit, cause I never really changed like that. Like, this shit, it meant something to me to do what I do here. Everybody ain't on that same time. Everybody was in that time of, you know, COVID happened. And motherfuckers was like, you know, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do, okay, cool. And then you seen motherfuckers like that, they can't do it no more. They life, like my life was always built the way I wanted it to be built. Everybody's life ain't the way I thought, in my honest opinion, I thought I sacrificed shit for this, right? Everybody didn't sacrifice their life for this, but I did. And instead of me being mad at them because they didn't sacrifice their life for this shit that I do, for this channel and for the movement that we've been in, I got mad at first. I was upset. But then, like, as years went past from the pandemic, I started to understand. I really genuinely started to understand. Everybody ain't on what I'm on. And that's why and that's why you don't see everybody no more. It's not because I don't want them here. It's because they don't have the time to do it. They wasn't, and no disrespect to them, they wasn't as dedicated as I was to this shit. And sometimes you have to understand that about others. It's not to downplay them or be disrespectful to them. It's just, yo, they not on that level with you. And you have to understand that and respect that. And it just is what it is. You can't be mad at people because they're not on your level. You can't be mad at people because they're not on the type of time that you want. Sometimes people, it's like family members, bro. I had plenty of family members I thought they my peoples, and come find out they really not. Like, you know what I mean? They was just, at the time, they was on that type of time, but they ain't now. And it's okay. Like I'm okay with that. Like my expectations for people, I had to lower my expectations too for others. Right? Like I had to really genuinely have to do that. Have to lower your expectations. People are not on your level. They're just not. And it's not to disrespect them, right? Or act like you better than them. No, they're just not on your level. They don't care about what you care about. And I always like to meet people where they are. Just gotta meet people where they are. They not on that shit. What you want. This is what it is. Just listen. I'll put it this way. Right? To squash this whole conversation. Right? It's only two people that I would never fuck with in OBF no more. Ever. Right? I want to make clear this. That's that nigga Rick. And that's that nigga OG. Never give a fuck about them niggas ever. They cross so many lines with me. Personally. So I don't fuck with them. Right? Now, everybody else that you may not see, they ain't here, whatever, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But listen, to tell all of them, I ain't never mad at y'all. I get it now. And like I said, personalities clash too. I get all that shit too. That comes into this situation I'm talking about. But I ain't mad at y'all. I get it. Shit happens in life. People change and people just look at shit differently. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, always been consistent. So, but the one thing about me, I always try to understand others. You can't sit there and act like you care about people or care about people in general where you don't understand where some people come from. But I do. But like I said, the two motherfuckers I said, I don't give a I know where you come from. I just genuinely think that you're not good people. That's just me. So, but everybody else that was a part of this shit or whatever, ain't no motherfucking, I don't feel no type of way towards y'all. Got love for y'all. Listen, and I understand I did some shit to y'all and it made y'all feel a certain type of way, and I get that. Y'all may not want to fuck with me no more. I get that. That's okay. But I'm saying on the behalf of me, I don't have that type of shit with y'all. Or well, we can't talk or we can't fix this shit. Like, I'm not on that type of time. But maybe you do, and that's fine, and that's okay. But but my whole thing is I ain't mad. I get it. Maybe we gotta have what we have at a certain distance. I get that. Like, but don't ever think that I'm mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all. It's only two people I'm ever mad at. And it will never ever happen or me to speak highly of them ever. Excuse me. And they the two motherfuckers. And they know why. But it is what it is. But the rest of y'all, we all good. I ain't never mad like that. And like I always tell people, this life that I do, right? Because people like, oh, what you mean by life? Like the lifestyle. Nigga, I had to get my wife to be okay with me to spend this type of time that I spend of sitting here doing videos and shit like that and moving the way I move. You get what I mean? Like, yo, this ain't no shit that I just did on my own. Like, and my wife was like, yo, man, you spend way too much time doing that shit. And what she did sometimes, right? But she understands it now. She understands that it is a part of who I am. You know what I mean? I have to do this. I actually genuinely care about people. And so she's like, okay, I get it. But like I said, it's only probably about 2 people outside of anybody that I know that know me better than anybody. Genuinely. Like, I mean genuinely. It's probably my wife and probably Weezy. No lie to you. There's only 2 people that genuinely know me like that. Genuinely. And me and Weezy argue all the time. Like, you know, that's my brother, but that's big bro, but he know me. He genuinely know me. And I'm talking about through my whole life. I'm like, he genuinely know me. Man, that nigga got in an argument about probably a couple weeks ago. But I told that nigga, I don't give a fuck what man you go through, nigga, but baby Kenny, you her godfather. You like her uncle. You not talk, come call. I don't give a fuck we went through. Don't do that. And his nigga said, I fucked up. My bad. I fucked up, little bro. My bad. And then Bay Kingdom getting there, he started being a little bitch and shit. So, oh yeah, Big Kid, I'm sorry. Yeah. You ain't gotta say sorry to me, but you say sorry to Baby Kenny. But he know me, like, he's probably like the second person in this world to know me better. Honestly. He genuinely do. My wife is number 1, but he probably second. He probably knows genuinely how I feel. Because we had these type of conversations that I'm having with y'all. So he know. Well, I want y'all to know that, man. Like, you don't see a lot of OBF members here and shit like that doing what they supposed to do, how we used to do back in the day. Because shit changes. Time changes. We ain't in the pandemic no more. People don't fuck with me like they used to fuck with me and shit like that. And like I told you, that time changed. Niggas gotta get back to their own lives. Nigga, they just couldn't focus on what we was doing. And you had to understand something. Right? And I'm gonna leave this with this. You had to understand something. I put a lot of work in to try to get niggas channels on the shows on the channel and shit like that. I did a lot of shit. And I don't want to get into too much details about it, but I did a lot of shit to get niggas like to be faces of shit. And niggas just didn't, it's not in them to do it. Right? Niggas ain't, I ain't gonna say they scared, but it's just not their personality to do it. Like, and so I was pushing it. And so I pushed a lot of niggas away from that shit. Right? Because I said some shit and push niggas away, and that's on me. And I apologize to a lot of niggas, especially to my brother Nick. Apologize to him. I pushed him in trying to do some shit that he was not comfortable of doing. And I didn't recognize it at the time, but, you know, when you pushing people to do something that they're not capable, I ain't gonna say, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it wasn't capable of doing it. It's not in them to do it. They're not those type of people. And when you don't recognize that, you pushing people, you trying to like in my mind, I was trying to motivate people, but at the same time, I was pushing people to do shit and didn't recognize that. And so, you know, a lot of people I tried to do that with, and I wound up pushing them away in a way, if that makes any sense, right? And then, like I said, we had issues in the family and shit like that, and I handled that shit wrong. No lie to you, but you know, I wasn't totally wrong, but I handled it wrong. So you gotta think about shit like that. So that's why you don't see a lot of them here. You know what I mean? Our shit was strong back in the day, but it's not strong now. You know, and no lie to you, I miss a part of it, but I get why it is what it is. I ain't mad. Like, you know what I mean? I used to be like furious and upset about it, but I'm not mad and upset about it because I get it. I understand why motherfuckers ain't here. And I can't fully blame them, nigga. It was on me too. Like, I said some shit and I was acting a certain type of way too. Like I just can't blame them. Nah, nigga. Like, self-responsibility you gotta take for yourself too, which you when you do fucked up shit and shit go wrong in your life. Or you wonder why something ain't the way it's supposed to be. Nigga, you gotta take some type of responsibility if you aware of what's going on around you. And at the time when shit was going on, yeah, I was mad at them. That's probably because I was just so angry and mad. I wasn't self-aware of what the fuck I did and how I was handling shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you sit back, you think about that shit. I can't be mad at them. You know what I mean? Yeah, they did some shit wrong, but nigga, I always tell y'all I'm a leader, so I always, you know, after a while you gotta take self-responsibility. You can't blame them for that. Not saying they ain't not leaders in their own way, but what I was doing over here, OBF, yeah, that's on me. I fucked a lot of that. These relationships up. I fucked up a lot of or why you don't see them and shit like that. I did that because I was out of pocket. I was doing shit, saying shit, getting comfortable, you know, all types of goofy shit that, you know, motherfuckers do when they feeling themselves a little bit, right? And thinking that, and expectations too, that you thinking that they should be doing this shit that you doing, right? But I'm tripping, not knowing, like, no, they're not on that level. Not to disrespect them and downplay them, but they wasn't on my level to do certain shit that I was asking them to do. They just wasn't. And so, you know, like I said, I get it now. I get it, and it take a little minute. Of course it does. I ain't perfect. It takes a little minute. You have to understand people are not on your level. But at the same time, you don't downplay them. You don't disrespect them in certain ways that I did. Right? And I did do that. Right? So I'm not trying to say like I ain't do it and shit. Yeah, I did it. I disrespect them in a way, and that's why they ain't here and whatever situation is. But you know, but I take self responsibility in it, but it ain't no shit that where it was just all me. But I know as a leader, it was certain shit I was doing to them that I shouldn't did. And the way I spoke to them and said certain things and how I was carrying things, I shouldn't have did it. So, yeah. So that shit is on me. I take that shit on me. I know certain shit should have happened a certain type of way, but certain people should have handled it a certain. That's my thought process of like, oh, well, they should have handled it a different way. Nah, I'm a leader, so yeah, I fucked up a lot of that shit. Really, genuinely did. So that's why y'all don't see a lot of them. You know what I mean? Or I want them here. You know what I mean? But they ain't here because of what I did. So I take self-responsibility for that. But don't ever get it twisted that I had a lot of shit going on, right, of responsibility that I expected to as well with them, but I still handled it wrong. I wasn't totally wrong, but I handled it wrong. If that makes any sense. I wasn't wrong, but I handled it wrong. And so that's why I can say now, like, hey, I handled that shit wrong. I fucked up. I should have, if I understood what the fuck I did back then that I know now, it shit would have been different. But I ain't perfect, people. I fuck up. I ain't perfect. I never came up saying I'm a perfect dude. I fuck up. I fucked up a lot of relationships. I fucked up a lot of this OBF shit. You know what I mean? So, like, me to sit here and, let's blame Weezy for everything. Let's blame these other motherfuckers for everything. Like, no, nigga, no. I fucked a lot of this shit up. I genuinely fucked it up. Because I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? Or I was handling it in the wrong way. Put it that way. Speaking in the wrong way. Talking to people in the wrong way. That happens. Not perfect, bro. But at least I can acknowledge it. That's my thing. And it took a minute. No lie to you, because I ain't perfect. I'm still growing, nigga. I'm only 43 years old. So, I'm still learning. Listen, I'll be 44 the next year. Right in a couple of months. Nigga, listen. Next year in 2025. Nigga, it's still shit I need to learn. You understand what I'm saying? So, I need people to understand that. We ain't all not know what the fuck we doing. But we're supposed to learn from it. That's our thing. All right, let me know in the chat. Y'all want to do a call in? Let me know in the chat. All right, let me know in the chat. Y'all want to do a call in? That's on y'all.
Ari would just start having his head really low to the.
The fuck? What's that? Let me know in the chat. Y'all want to do a call in? Say yes, no in the chat. Yes, no. All right, listen. Shit gone 3 hours after that. Leave comments, hit that like button, support your boys, your boy Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.